Hello everybody, it's Captain Flame. Thanks for joining me again. Today I have part 2 of Reuniverse. Um, Hopefully some of you guys were able to figure out, what the foreshadowing was in the first part. And I'll go ahead and tell you afterwards. Um, were you able to figure out who the audience was? We'll find that out after I read the second part. Here we go. If it's a song to save the day, then this must be a dream. It's never once been real, 'cause things aren't what they seem. The violence here only causes stress there, and believe me it's really not fair. Is this how it is today, watching the entire world decay? We gather you here today to discuss a time in which not all people were so blind. I've tried to say it a million times, it's gotta stop, I'm losing my mind. To those who can see, who are willing to be the understanding in the future of our country, when you read between the lines, you're able to see the choreographed details that mean so much to me. Do forward and backward send the same message, or did you even pay attention? This isn't a place I'd call home, but I'm here anyway. It's better than being alone, I'll agree to that any day. I'd say I need a friend, but not in a normal way. I need your help to clear my mind, before it runs astray. The fire that lights your path casts the shadows of your past, slipping under the stones, the cracking and the moans. You hear outside right, moving in on the night, only to find what you thought you left behind. And that'll do it. So now that that's over, we can kind of do a summary of the poem. And basically, it it speaks to two audience. And well, the foreshadowing was that line where I said, um, when you read between the lines, you're able to see the choreographed details that mean so much to me. Excuse me. And this is true. Do forward and backward send the same message, or did you even pay attention? See, that's the foreshadowing part right there. Basically, all I did, and like I said, it took me months to write this to get it exactly how I wanted it, exactly how I like it. Um, you can read it forward to first verse to last verse, and it tells one story to one particular audience. Uh, that audience is going to be a younger generation of people, uh, which actually includes myself, and even people who are younger than me. And this part, I read the poem from last verse to first verse. And doing that, it talks to the older generation. And the reason it works out like this is because of these two passages here. To those who can see, who are willing to be the understanding in the future of our country, we gather you here today to discuss a time in which not all people were so blind. I've tried to say it a million times, it's got to stop, I'm losing my mind. See, when you read it from first verse to last verse, for example, that's kind of what you get. It is talking to a younger generation. Now, when you read it backwards, or I guess last verse to first verse, it goes like this. We gather you here today to discuss a time in which not all people were so blind. I've tried to say it a million times, it's got to stop, I'm losing my mind. To those who can see, who are willing to be the understanding in the future of our country. See, and that is directed toward a different audience because of the way it's read. Uh, at least that's what my goal was. Let me know if you think otherwise, or maybe it speaks to the same audience for you. I mean, that's not necessarily how I wrote it, but I mean that's the cool thing about poetry is everybody. Uh, I guess it touches everybody in different ways, um, and that's kind of why I wanted to start doing this poetry channel. And I mean, it's not because I'm in love with poetry, but I mean I've got some writings and I'd like to share them. Um, when I started writing, I was in a band called Daylight Delirium, and I would write some things. And actually, I mean, I wrote a couple of lyrics to one of our songs. If you do want to go find out that song, it's called "The Cave," and again, the band name was Daylight Delirium. You could probably find it, or you can definitely find it on Spotify and Apple Music, and I'm fairly certain it's on SoundCloud as well. Um, I wrote that song, and the singer did tweak a couple words. I have the original poem, but he didn't really change all that much. The "Shut up, move on, strap down, hang on, stay strong" was originally 5 lines, but we tweaked it down to just I guess that phrase rather, and it makes sense and it's catchy. Everybody, I mean, it's a alternative rock song, so if you're into alternative rock, it's a good listen for sure. That's definitely our most popular song by far. Um, and again, I wrote the lyrics for that guy, and we had other songs. Unfortunately, we broke up. We had other songs that I had written as well. Um, and Re-Universe was in one of those songs, like we stuck it in there, but since it was unpublished, I figured, you know what? I wrote it. I'm gonna put it out there because I did want people to hear it. That's why I write, is because sometimes you just need to be heard. And that's a good part about being in a band. Um, Unfortunately, things didn't work out. I mean, and sometimes things don't work out, and that's fine. Uh, it's not, you know, what we do then. It's how we recover from, kind of failures like that. And so this is kind of, I mean, you could call it a coping mechanism, but it's really something I've been thinking about doing for a long time. And I guess you can technically call this like a vlog. Um, and I've been thinking about starting a blog for a very long time, just because I have some things that I write that wouldn't work for Daylight Delirium. And unfortunately, I still have them. And they weren't put to any use. So that's kind of a bummer. So here we are. This is why I started doing the writing. If anybody was able to catch that foreshadowing in that poem, congratulations to you. Uh, I did kind of hide it in there, but after reading it to a couple of my friends, it's a total head smacker. It's like, dang, like I could have saw that coming because the choreographed details that mean so much to me. Do backwards and forwards send the same message, or did you even pay attention? Just slapped it right on in the middle there, and it's kind of tucked away under two fairly important verses, if you will. So, congratulations if you got that. Um, I know, I mean, it may be difficult, and perhaps you think, like, oh, well, that's stupid. I mean, good for you. uh, it took me a long time to write, and I did change a couple of the words because I'm trying to make it, friendly to all ears. So, I just took out a couple swear words. Eventually, when I originally wrote it, there was a couple swear words. I was feeling a little bit down that day, I suppose. Um, but anyway, thanks for giving it a listen. I hope you enjoyed that poem. I'll go ahead and post the lyrics, or the actual poem itself, the lyrics. I'm gonna call them lyrics for a long time. I hope you're okay with that because I did just get out of the band. So I'll go ahead and post those lyrics down below, and make sure that if you did like the video, go ahead and slap that like rating, and if you want to hear more, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you want to hit that bell notification, then you'll see, kind of when I came out with the video, so that you can watch it right away. Maybe you can listen to the next set of foreshadowing. I mean, believe me, it's not where it ends right here. I have plenty more where that came from. None that are quite like this. Uh, that are this, I guess, in depth. But I got some fun ones, and next time I'm very excited because I've got a really fun one. It's kind of got a catchy tune. I might do like a little tune with it. Uh, but we'll see. I mean, I'll see you next time. Again, like the video, subscribe, um, and I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Again, this is Captain Flame. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Thanks for listening.